It's another Friday, and so Hajj B.M Adam is in the studio to tell us today what other stuff that you need to know about Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund and how you can be a part of this. Hajj, Assalaam Alaikum. Good afternoon. Welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
The last time our viewers, were shown the trip to Indonesia, the Indonesian experience, and how, you're using that to impact people back in West Africa and Ghana.
That's right.
And how Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund has been certified among other kinds of trust funds like that. Today, Hajj, what are we looking at today?
Okay. First of all, we stand here today, Friday, to do obeisance to the Almighty Allah. And here in Ghana, we have to be very, very profoundly grateful to our board chairman, Chief Alassane Andani, our vice chairman, Alhaji Muhammad, of Parliament House, and all our board members. And then more especially to our numerous subscribers, dedicated subscribers, whether institutions or individuals across the country who have made us what we are up to today. Here, we are on the studio to discuss the Indonesian experience, the Malaysian experience, the Singaporean experience of Zakat and Sadaqah and Waqf mobilization, inshallah.
Okay. So, Allah, the last time you told us the kinds of charity that we have in Indonesia, how they are different. So there's educational ones. And then I know that Zakat and Sadaqah Trust Fund, you are into education, you are into health, you help people who are needy and into business establishments and all of that. So what parts of the Malaysian and the Indonesian experience are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, first of all, the Almighty Allah, let me state that the Almighty Allah instituted the 5 pillars of Islamic faith, and the third one is the Zakat system. And Allah has ensured in the Quran that the Prophet should demand it from them, that is the well-off, to be given to the less endowed. And that's a very reason why Allah has done it. And so many countries today have shown the example and have lived up to the expectation of the Prophet's call. In Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in many other countries across the world, they have benefited immensely from the Zakat institution. And for Ghana and West Africa, we are following up. Our trip to Indonesia was a training program organized for Zakat CEOs across the entire West Africa. And in fact, we've been very much enriched with this training program. First of all, as you can see in this picture, this is one of the things that Zakat has made possible. All the ladies that you see in this photograph are lecturers of Zakat institutions across Indonesia. These are well-trained Muslim lady professionals who are lecturers in many of their schools. And they give so much empowerment to ladies, to Muslim ladies. This is a school that is a Waqf school. A Waqf is just like an endowment. Or a foundation established by somebody who is well off to cater for all families that cannot afford education. So today in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore, there is nothing like you are not in school because your parent cannot pay the fees. The Zakat or Waqf institution takes care of. You are looking at 15,000 student population school from P1 to university under a Waqf, under a foundation or an institution that is given out by a family to the entire world. That if you cannot pay your fees, just come into this school. From P1 up to university, the tuition fee is free, you'll be accommodated, you will be clothed, everything will be free up to the end. More importantly, because the number in this school is 15,000 strong students, whatever they eat is produced by themselves. Water they drink is not bought from outside. They treat their own pure water and sell the surplus. They cook their own food. They don't employ cooks. They make sure that the rice farms that they have, they cultivate it themselves.
Wow, so it's a vocational training system as well.
Vocational training system with academic, empowerment, Islamic, Quranic, everything.
Absolutely.
And yours is just to be accommodated, be fed, and be tutored up to the time that you finish university. And when you complete, they will give you a gainful employment and at the same time marry for you.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
When you find a spouse.
Yeah, when you find a spouse, either among the students whom you completed with, then they will organize a marriage for you. Most of the students you see there,
the ceremony will be paid for
by the institution. You see me there at the end of the course. All of us are now certified Zakat managers for West Africa.
So that's the certification that are being handed over.
So it is for us now to implement the Malaysian, Indonesian, Singaporean experience in Ghana. So when I was there, you realize that I was always in the northern smoke.
Right.
Because the northern smoke is seen as a symbol of importance. There I became a chief overnight. Because to them, when you wear the northern smoke, you are a chief or a king or a CEO of a very important institution.
Absolutely.
So nothing else that you wear will appeal to them apart from the northern smoke.
Nice.
So that's the, part of the experience. You know, what has happened, what Zakat has achieved in Indonesia and Malaysia and Singapore is that you cannot say I'm not in school because my parents can pay the fees. So what has happened? Today, the Zakat is supposed to be taken from those who are well endowed to be given to those who are less endowed. To the extent that today, there are only 450,000 families or homes that will have to rely on Zakat out of a population of 277 million Muslims in the country. Only 500,000 are people who are on the receiving side. But at the same time, they are encouraging all those who have been supported in the past in such a way that now they are standing on their own and can be able to fend for those who are less fortunate. So a time will come, Indonesia or Malaysia or Singapore have to export Zakat funds. I have to support other countries because they have brought themselves up to a level. And that's exactly what the Quran tenets stands for.
And all of this has been done through Zakat.
Through Zakat, through Sadaqah, through Infaq, through Waqf. The Waqf is not very common in Ghana. A rich man with 10 houses, the question is, which of the houses will be for you in paradise?
Absolutely.
Is the one that you give as Waqf here on earth to cater for those who don't have. It can be a hospital, an educational institution, a home for the homeless, and so on. That's Waqf. And when you are also passing by and you want to support the particular Waqf that is established, you can just give some support in terms of whatever you have, and that's your Waqf. And at the same time, your 10 cedis, your 100 cedis is somebody's 10 million cedis. Allah knows best in your heart, and you have also done your part. So our effort in Ghana now is to try to see how we can also establish the Waqf. In the case of the Zakat, when we did our computation, the Zakat ability of Muslims in Ghana or the Zakat potential of Muslims in Ghana is ranging around 2.6 billion Ghana cedis. You'll be surprised. Just from 3 categories. That is the first 200,000 Muslims who are in public service or private service on regular monthly salary. That's the first category. Second category is the first 200,000 Muslim-owned businesses who are eligible to pay Zakat. And most of them are eligible. If they pay, other small-scale business or medium-scale or large-scale businesses that are owned by Muslims, if they pay their Zakat regularly, Matiti, we are going to earn about 2 billion Ghana cedis a year.
So we have 2.6 billion